Is Rickie Fowler on the verge of something spectacular? There was more than a hint of what may be coming in the 458-yard missile he launched at the 10th hole Saturday at the Aberdeen Standard Investments Scottish Open. He hammered his tee shot so hard there, fans had to scatter to get out of the way as his ball ran through the middle of a crosswalk that marshals didn't think he could reach. That titanic blast helped get Fowler right where we want to be. After posting a 2-under par 68 in difficult winds at Constellation Golf Club, Fowler wasn't just talking about positioning himself to win the Scottish Open for the second time in 4 years. With the Open at Carnoustie next week, you knew he was talking about more than that. His game appears to be right where he wants it to be to make a run at finally breaking through to win his first major championship. Fowler is one shot off the lead at Constellation with one eye on Carnoustie. After the first round, Fowler spoke openly about how he was there to get his game pointed toward Carnoustie. "I think it's probably the best prep that you can get playing competitive golf leading into a major, especially similar style of golf," Fowler said. "I think it's great prep just to be over here, playing on similar ground, feeling how much the wind does affect the ball, whether it's crosswinds, into the wind, downwind, and just getting acclimated and relaxed over here." So Fowler loved it when the winds came up Saturday afternoon. He knows Carnoustie's reputation for snarling and sneering in wind and rain. He wants to be ready for that. Full field scores from the Aussie Scottish Open. "It's a lot more fun to be out in the wind and have this course show its teeth a little bit," Fowler said. "It's a good challenge, definitely a good test." Fowler, 29, is the best player in golf without a major championship, the biggest star, too, but he has been ready to shed those labels for a few years now. He has finished T5 or better in 3 of the last 5 majors. He was second at the Masters in April, one of 4 second-place finishes in majors in his career. He has 8 finishes of T5 or better in majors. So Sunday's about winning to get ready to win again. Fowler won when the Scottish Open was at Constellation in 2015, and so he arrived this week with the confidence that comes with that. There's no better prep for a major than building on confidence. That's what Sunday means to Fowler. "We've had success here before, obviously played a lot of good golf around here," he said. "I enjoy playing Constellation. I feel like it suits my game." Fowler showed the spectacular nature of his closing skills winning the Players in 2015, when he was a human fireworks show, coming from 5 shots back with 6 holes to play to eventually win in a playoff. But there also have been blown chances, too many for his liking. So confidence can be won or lost Sunday at Constellation. That's what really hangs in the balance. Sweden's Jens Dantorp sits 1 shot ahead of Fowler. Dantorp has never won a European Tour or PGA Tour event. Fowler's tied for second with Matthew Fitzpatrick, Marcel Siem, Alexander Bjork, Scott Hendon, Ryan Fox. Russell Knox, who won the Irish Open last week, is a Scot looking to make a dream come true, winning his National Open. He's 2 shots back, so is Tyrrell Hatton, with Justin Rose, Thomas Pieters and Trevor Immelman in a pack only 3 back. "We have a jam-packed leaderboard," Fowler said. "Nothing is going to be easy. You're going to have to go out and earn it. That's the way Fowler wants it. That's the best prep Sunday offers to get him ready to finally make his own dream come true at Carnoustie." Wheaton, Bill. Laura Davies had an inkling something special might happen on Saturday when she hit a series of perfect 7-irons on the practice range after a morning rain-softened Chicago Golf Club. The British golfer then seized a commanding 5-shot lead over American Julie Inkster after 3 rounds of the first U.S. Senior Women's Open with a 7-under par round of 66. "It's guaranteed myself a sleepless night now, which is probably not what you want," Davies said. "I'm not saying I'd rather be tied for the lead, but you sleep a lot better when you're tied for the lead. It's there for me to lose now. The pressure is a little less considering her low number Saturday for an 11 under 208 total." Davies birdied 6 holes, but took control with a 65-foot twisting, downhill eagle putt on the par 5 12th hole. Had to be 65-70 feet, but it had about 4 feet of break one way and about 3 feet of break back the other way, Davies said. I walked back and forth and I walked up and I looked at the crowd and I just said, has anyone got a clue what this is going to do? Davies' long driving normally provides an edge, but the dried-out greens and fairways had made shot placement difficult during the first 2 rounds. Then it rained Saturday morning. We were very lucky, Davies said. This is one of the hardest golf courses I've played. But when it's soft like that, you do feel like if your irons are on, you've got a chance to make lots of birdies. Full field scores from the U.S. Senior Women's Open. The series of solid shots at the practice range instilled confidence. I hit about 12 or 15 really nice-looking high 7 irons and I felt I was swinging well, Davies said. It's one thing hitting on the range, then you've got to take it to the course. It's nice when a play comes together, I suppose. Until Saturday, no player had scored in the 60s over 6,088-yard Chicago Golf Club, one of the original 5 clubs to found the United States Golf Association. Not only did Davies do it with a women's course record, but Inkster moved into second with a 5 under 68. It included a 20-foot eagle putt at the 18th hole. I kept grinding, Inkster said. You know, Laura is going to be tough because she hits a few wild ones, but she seems to recover. But her iron game is really on point and she made a ton of putts today. She putted beautiful. I mean, if she plays like she did today, no one is going to catch her. But that's why we play, Inkster, who won the 2002 U.S. Women's Open, thinks any chance to catch Davies will require perfection. I'm going to have to play a clean round of golf, Inkster said. I'm going to have to do the little things good. After 2 rounds, Davies had been tied with fellow Brit Trish Johnson at 4 under 142. Johnson shot par Saturday and dropped 7 back into third at 215. Daniela Makapane is 4th at 1 under 217. Barb Mucha and Yuka Saito are 5th at 1 over 220. Davies, who is in the World Golf Hall of Fame, scoffed at the notion a victory on Sunday might help land her in the LPGA Hall of Fame. Inkster thinks she belongs in anyway, after 20 LPGA victories. Laura Davies, if anybody is going to be in the LPGA Hall of Fame, she's pretty impressive and deserves to be in there. But I mean, it's not easy to win any tournament, and so this is a USGA event. Article tags, 2018 U.S. Senior Women's Open. Laura Davies, Julie Inkster, Sylvania, Ohio. Brooke Henderson birdied the 17th hole after a so-so back 9, finishing with a 2 under 69 on Saturday to take a 1-stroke lead at the Marathon Classic. The late birdie moved the 20-year-old Canadian out of a tie for the lead as she seeks her 2nd win this season. Henderson is at 11 under 202 after 3 rounds at Highland Meadows. Angela Stanford and Brittany Lincecum are 1 stroke behind. Stanford vaulted into contention with a 6 under 65, which tied for the low round of the day. Lincecum had a 4 under 67, including birdies on 2 of the final 3 holes. This is the 5th time in Henderson's career she has held the 54-hole lead. She went on to win on 3 of the 4 prior occasions. Jackie Conklino is 2 strokes back while 11 players are 3 back, including defending champion IK Kim and NCAA champion Jennifer Kupcho. The Wake Forest player is in the field on a sponsor exemption. Article tags, Brooke Henderson, 2018 LPGA Marathon Classic. Jennifer Kupcho moved into position to make history Sunday at the Marathon Classic. With 5 under par 66 Saturday, Kupcho is making a run at becoming just the 6th different amateur to win an LPGA title since the Women's Tour was formed in 1950. Kupcho, 21, won some hearts beyond Wake Forest University, taking the NCAA individual title as a junior 2 months ago, showing resilience and toughness a year after she squandered a 4-shot lead over the final 5 holes in the final round of that championship. A 66 on Saturday at Highland Meadows leaves Kupcho just 3 shots behind the leader, Brooke Henderson. Kupcho said memories of winning the NCAA title embolden her. That victory earned her an exemption into the field this week. It's helped a lot, just because it gave me that confidence that I can do it at that level, Kupcho said. Now I can come to this level and do the same thing. It just gave me a lot of confidence with my game and how well I've been playing. Lydia Ko is the last amateur to win an LPGA title. She did it twice, winning the Canadian Pacific Women's Open as a 15-year-old in 2012 and as a 16-year-old the following year. Full field scores from the Marathon Classic. Here are all 5 amateurs to win LPGA titles. 1950 Polly Riley, Tampa Open. 1951 Pat O'Sullivan, Title Holders Championship. 1967 Catherine Lacoste, U.S. Women's Open. 1969 Joanne Carner, Verdine's Invitational. 2012 Lydia Ko, Canadian Pacific Women's Open. 2013 Lydia Ko, Canadian Pacific Women's Open. If Kupcho wins Sunday, she will have the option of shedding her amateur status to accept the first-place check, $240,000, and claim LPGA membership for the remainder of this year and also next year. Or, she can remain an amateur and defer LPGA membership until next year. I'm trying not to think about that, just go play my own game, Kupcho said. I'll come to that decision when I need to, if I need to. Article tags Jennifer Kupcho, 2018 Marathon Classic Highland Park, Ill. Defending champions Scott McCarron and Bart Bryant shot matching 65s on Saturday to move into a share of the lead with Jeff Maggart at the Constellation Senior Players Championship. McCarron birdied 2 of the final 4 holes at Exmoor Country Club for a 3-round total of 16 under 200 in the 4th of 5 majors on the PGA Tour Champions schedule. Last year, he rallied to win the event at Caves Valley near Baltimore. Maggart, who led most of the day, shot 66. Vijay Singh, 66, was 1 shot back. 3-time champion Bernhard Langer, 67, and Illinois golf coach Mike Small, 66, were another stroke behind, and Scott Perrell, 70, was in a group at 13 under. McCarron came into the week with 7 top 10 finishes this year and a win at the American Family Insurance Championship last month. Now, he's in position to repeat at a major. The only way to repeat is you've got to put yourself in position going into the final round, which I've done, he said. Sunday will be very exciting. We got a stacked leaderboard, and someone is going to have to go pretty low tomorrow to win this tournament. Full field scores from the Constellation Energy Senior Players. McCarron had 8 birdies and a bogey on a rainy afternoon. He opened with a birdie on the par 5 first hole and came on strong on the back 9. He made 3 straight birdies, starting with the par 4 10th, and added 2 more on the par 5 15th and par 4 17th. He also limited his mistakes. I hit the ball very well, he said. I hit a lot of fairways, hit a lot of greens. I went after the hole locations that were on the right side for me where I can hit my cut, and the hole locations on the left side I played a little safe. I did a very good job of managing my game today. Maggart came in anticipating a birdie fest because of the soggy conditions and got off to a blistering start. He opened with an eagle after his approach rolled to about 3 feet. Birdies on the par 4 second and 4th holes, he looked like he might build a big lead. But he made just 3 birdies the rest of the way before a bogey at 16 dropped him into a tie for the lead. Bryant played bogey-free and birdied the 18th to match McCarron and Maggart.